Welcome to another episode of Bands in the Van. Today I am interviewing Moth Bite, and I am here with one of the members, Nico.
Hello.
So, you have two members in this band.
Yes.
Are you the original member?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
so what made you want to do a band with just two people?
It sort of worked out that way just on its own. I think a lot of stuff works out on its own in that way where it's like there wasn't really a fight to find other people. It was just like me and the drummer, and then it kind of worked out. And then I started playing an 8-string guitar and then kind of covering a lot of the bass notes. And the direction I wanted to go with the music itself, it was easier to do that. And also it's hard to find people that can kind of keep up with the flow and everything, to be honest. So
You said an 8-string guitar?
Yeah.
So does that cover the bass then? So you don't need a bass player?
Yeah, literally Jeremiah, I think Jeremiah and some other people are saying that like there's a few shows that people would walk in and think there's a bass player, and then they see us and it's just us two, because
That's really cool.
And everything. Yeah.
So I have a bass here that
I saw.
do not play. It's on my list of things to learn, right? So you essentially don't need a bass player then?
Not really. I mean, we could benefit from the low end, but right now it's just kind of like we're just making it work as it is, and it just feels good the way it is too. And we could use tracks, which we might do in the future, but I think there's a natural like dynamic and feel that kind of comes from like when we're just us two without any click track or anything holding us down and stuff like that. So it's more organic in a lot of ways and raw.
Yeah, so I listened to some of your stuff. Unfortunately, I had never heard of you guys before.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons I started this podcast, is because I'm like, I want to discover new bands. And I was listening and I was like, this is like some cool vibe music to like jam out to. I liked it a lot.
Right.
So, okay, so for your band, it's the two of you. From a scale of Metallica to Cannibal Corpse, like how famous, how big do you want your band to get?
Polyphia.
Who's that? Are they like somewhere in between?
They're pretty popular for an instrumental band.
Okay.
I would say popularity wise though, I just want to get to a point where it can be done as a living and also just be appreciated for like what we're doing, and being able to give back and experiencing a little bit of being able to give back to people who like the stuff is really fun. I think it's like a cool, like the energy kind of like flows back and forth where the fans like it, and then that makes me stoked and I want to give back to them more and make cool merch and make cool stuff for them. We have them tonight actually. We just dropped some graffiti symbols, some of Jeremiah's old symbols. I went and did like graffiti on them.
Oh, I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah. So like I want to do that both because it's fun to create stuff, and also I want the people who someone's gonna walk home with that and they really like our music. It's not just like someone that's like, oh, it's kind of cool. Like whoever takes home that symbol is gonna like put it on their wall and they're gonna really enjoy it. And I want to keep doing stuff like that and everything, and giveaways too. I'm
going to be honest. I saw it and I was like, this is really cool. I'd love to have that on my wall. And then I was like, I don't need anything else.
Right.
Like I'm trying to like limit the amount of stuff that I know. When I was on the road, I got the tour poster from the band I was following, and so I had it up here as decor while I was driving around, and then I took it down when I got home, and now it's in my house framed.
I feel like you like the minimalist kind of like feel.
No, so I'm actually not done with the van yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is just like a work in progress. But I'm a perfectionist, and normally I don't follow through with a lot of my projects because I'm like, oh, it's not perfect, it's not the right time. And this time when I came up with the podcast, I was like, I don't care if the van is not done, I am doing it.
It looks good either way. Like
Thank you.
Even if you were to leave it like this, I wouldn't have known any better. Like,
my mom wants me to leave it natural, but I mean, I'm an all black girly. I need to blacken this thing out, okay? Right. What is something about being in a band that people get completely wrong?
I think nowadays is people see the posts on Instagram and on TikTok and all that stuff. And this goes for a lot of things, but mainly for being in a band. They see you play a show and it looks really awesome. But they don't see the amount of work that goes behind the scenes. And they also don't see the day job that you're working too. Because like if you're in a band but also living in an apartment and trying to pay for everything else that's expensive as fuck, like it's a lot of work. And then the little 15-second clip that you see on Instagram is not the whole week. Like the whole week is me grinding. Jeremiah's grinding at work as well. And, you know, we're doing our day jobs, and then we come here on the weekend and do, you know, the stuff. The only time I think it's more a full-time thing is when you're signed to a label and you're touring like 24/7.
Right.
Even then, that's still like a whole lot of work that you're doing a show for like, you know, an hour at most, but all the other time that you're doing it, it's spent, you know, on the road driving. There's a lot of downtime and stuff, and I think a lot of people miss out on that. But also it's just part of it. Like that's kind of like what you sign up for when you do this. But when it comes down to it, I think Jeremiah and I both really do this for
the love of the music,
the love, and just like the rush it is to play a Moth Bite set. Like there's so much like dynamic and just energy to it, where it's just like adrenaline by the end of it is crazy.
So I will tell you, one of the things that I am like made really bad assumptions and totally got wrong about being in a band. I did not know that there were bands that were only instrumental. So I was like, wait, I don't hear you singing.
Right.
So on that note, are you guys ever like thinking of adding a singer?
Probably not. If we did, it'd be like features, but
okay.
You'll hear the music if you get a chance to hear the set. It's the guitar is kind of the one singing. Like it's not shreddy. It's more this. There's a lot of melodies in there that stay in your head, and it's definitely more of like that kind of vibe. But I don't think we'd really fit with the singers. Not enough. I feel like the instruments would just get. When you have a singer, the instrumentals get drowned out a lot, and you end up just playing chords to back up the singer instead of playing like a whole melody that you're singing with on your guitar. So like it's hard to fit in. It would be, I can't even picture how a singer would sound with it, you know? Because like when the singer's there, like that's the pinnacle. That's the, you know, that, and plus the lyrics they're singing, it kind of puts a different energy on it, depending on what they're singing about. It could be a sad song, love song, could be about something like they hate, or I don't know. Wherever that case may be, it kind of changes the whole vibe of the song, you know? So, I think I also have trouble playing for like I could totally play for singers. I've done it in the past, but and I know where to come in and step out to let them shine. So like technically I think I could fit and do it, but like Moth Bite is like the project for me where I'm just like anything goes sort of, and then letting Jeremiah do what he wants in the kit. I give him a general flow of it, and then he just goes crazy and does his own thing. So I think it's a lot of like self-expression for him as well.
Okay. I was going to say, if you guys need a singer, I would be happy to join. I have no singing ability.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe one day I can learn.
Come see our set.
No, I will. Seriously, I am. I plan. You guys going what time?
6.
6. Oh.
15.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to make it. Sometimes I end up doing interviews and then I'm like, I missed the band.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out this balance of like interviews and then going to see the shows, because that's one of my motivations. I love going to shows, right? Live music is like, it makes me so happy, you know? So what is something that you've learned since starting this band?
A lot. I think naturally, because I'm like the one heading it and stuff, it taught me to like I have to be the one doing it. I can't really rely on someone else to like pull the weight, and I have to like make the decisions for things and like get things moving, because if I don't, then straight up none of it will get done. So like that, staying consistent, and then also what was really important around the time that we started and just kind of continued on is just I've learned to be careful of who I surround myself with, because energy matters. And like if there's someone that's negative that you're working with, it makes it very, very, very hard to like move forward, and just hard on the mental health. So like when I found Jeremiah, it was a very good timing, and just like he's just been really good to me, and just project overall, and just brings good energy all the time. So that's all I can ask for. And I think that's the biggest thing I learned, is just like who you're connected to and who you're surrounding with. And that's just the life overall thing. Like if you want a better quality of life, you got to be able to like both be a good person and be around good people.
Yeah.
Like just like, I don't want to say focus on the good or focus on the positive things, but like do the work on yourself, and
yes,
check yourself. If, you know, I was checking myself today about some distant memory in the past, and I was like, oh my God, I sounded like an idiot back then, like just like remembering something that I said.
I do that all the time, and I'm like, I cannot, and I like can't let it go, right? Like, I cannot believe I said that thing. I'm not going to reveal what it was because it's like I was an idiot, right? And you know, when you're younger, you think you know a lot more than what you do, right? Life
You think
experience.
you're certain that you're right.
Right. And then like life experience is like, man, I am wrong a lot, right? But I think like the work on yourself, like we all should be working on ourselves every single day. And you're right, the energy that you have around you is so important because I mean, it's like something that can make or break whatever you're trying to do in life.
Right.
If you have like somebody whose energy, not necessarily that they're bad or negative, but if their energy doesn't match you, it could like drag you down without even like, they're not even trying to, but it's
Sometimes people aren't even negative to be negative. Sometimes it's like they're going through a lot, but they don't know how to deal with it themselves.
Yeah.
And they just take it out on people around them. And that's just I say that with a lot of grace because like I was part of the problem when I say that too, like just being around more negative people at the time, like that
people have been there before.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, going through like a breakup, right? You're in a negative spot and your friends are listening to, you know, you go on and on and on about the breakup and how awful that person was. And, you know, at that moment, you're not thinking about it, but it's like, man, like looking back, like, man, I was really like just so negative during that time.
Right.
I've been there many times in my life.
It all comes down to
Work on really not doing that anymore.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to how you respond to it too. Like,
Yes.
I think if that same breakup were to happen to you again, you wouldn't respond the same way that you did in the past, I'd imagine.
No, I would not. Yeah. My divorce is like completely different than like past breakups. I was just like, yeah, he's out of my life, thank God. You know, I was like more like happy and like celebrating, not like, oh no, it didn't work out. So yeah, the energy part is, I probably wouldn't have even started this podcast if it, you know, if I was still in that soul sucking relationship. So yeah, energy is a big thing. Absolutely. All right. So if tomorrow, like lottery style, like overnight, your band just became this massive success overnight and, you know, you're getting all this money is coming in, right? What is the most ridiculous, unnecessary thing that you would buy?
That's hilarious. That's a good question. So you're saying ridiculous, but I'm already thinking like smart investments already.
Yeah.
So
Smart investment. Not a smart investment.
That's
like
hard.
just something that's like, you know, they say this to lottery winners that they have to buy at least one thing they have to blow money on to just get it out of their system. Even the most responsible person needs to just the one thing that's just like ridiculous that you don't actually need.
I can't think of what that would be right now. I remember the whole because like, I mean, technically I could say like, oh, I'd get like I get like a really nice Cuban chain or something like that, but that's still an investment because it's going to go up over time. If you take care of it, you know, you could sell it later on. At least that's how I think of it. I can't think of anything right. You know what? Okay, this might not seem ridiculous, but I think if I got a ridiculous sum of money, that would mean I'm financially covered.
Yes.
I would probably start getting a lot more tattoos, probably.
That is
most likely.
Now, I would not say that's ridiculous because I am tatted. You can't see all of my tattoos.
No, I'm talking like probably covering.
Like, yeah. So, I mean, as a tattoo girly, I would not say it's ridiculous, but it is unnecessary.
Yeah, that's where I'm like.
But yeah, there's a lot.
The last on my list, but I kind of want to turn that question around. Like, what would be the first thing on my list? And I think the first thing.
So what's the first thing?
First thing is make sure that Jeremiah is covered and everything, and that he's taken care of. Whether or not he wants to work his job still, and how that would go and stuff. And then I would probably just. How much would it be? How much money?
I don't know. How much do bands make? I don't know. I don't know.
So if you get like, if you get a million streams, you get like 50K on Spotify. I'm just spitballing. That's something like that. 50 to 100K, anywhere around that ballpark.
Let's just say like your band just was so massively successful, and then you guys started touring, and you're like one of those millionaire bands.
I just enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
I enjoy the ride. Make sure he's taken care of.
Okay.
Quit my job. So for sure, quit my day job, and then I'd probably just make get all the gear that I need for live streaming, and probably do that as for fun, and then the rest of it spend on paint and just paint like crazy and do all sorts of stuff like that. Because I think expression, buying things doesn't really do anything for me.
Okay.
Like there's an initial high. I bought things before and
Yeah.
it didn't.
And when it's the newness wears off, you're like, did I really need that?
The things I want to buy are things I can create with and do things with to make something lasting, So,
so what I get from this is you are just very responsible.
I would get a van like this probably and make a build probably just for fun.
That can, I can speak from experience.
Yeah.
That could take a lot of your money.
Yeah. I've seen they go up pretty expensive. So
the electrical system alone could set you back a lot of money. So I will not be saying how much.
I was going to ask you about maybe off camera.
Off camera how much I spent, because I don't need people pocket watching me, right? But it can be a ridiculous amount. Anybody who's built a van, if I told them what my specs were, they could ballpark what I've spent. Yeah. So we're just going to keep it off camera.
Before you tell me, I want to give a good guess on what it is. But
do you want to guess on camera?
God.
You don't have to guess on camera.
So it's just that battery, or you have another battery?
Oh God, no, that's just my portable backup. My electrical system's underneath.
And then how many?
This whole bench is
how many solar panels?
I have 400 watts of solar.
So is that like one panel and one panel, or?
No, there's the 2 panels in the back. So there's 200 each panel.
So am I guessing how much the build itself, or like with the van too?
I don't know. Whatever you want to guess, man. Just tell me what your guess includes.
Is the van used?
Yes, but not like it. I got it at like 9,000 miles. So it
was a skeleton too?
Yeah, it was completely empty when
I got the van for like, I'm going to say the van is give or take $10K in today's market.
That's cute.
More?
Oh God, yeah. I got it in 2023 and it was overpriced.
Okay.
Because of the market. Like everybody wanted.
Well, you're giving me some hints, so I'm going to bump it up to 20K. And then the build itself is probably it's probably altogether 40 to 50K maybe. That's my final guess.
Okay, I'll tell you off camera. All right. If you're even close.
I feel like it's pretty close based on your.
I'll tell you off camera.
I'm watching your eyeballs.
Well, probably because I'm calculating in my head, but I'll tell you off camera.
It was everyone watching, it was far less, by the way. It was actually $2,000, and
oh my God, if I could have done this whole build for like less than 10,000, that would have like been amazing. Yeah. Okay. Now, so between the two of you, since it's only two of you, who's the biggest diva in the group?
I'm not gonna say it. Are you gonna ask the same questions as him?
I am.
Okay, I'll let him answer that.
So I'm gonna take it as Jeremiah.
And I'm not saying he's over here cracking up behind the camera though. So if that gives you an answer,
he is behind the camera. Normally the band members don't hear the question.
Yeah, so this makes it funnier. It makes it funnier.
Yeah, I've been watching his facial expressions the whole time.
Yeah. This is funny.
So I'm gonna assume that Jeremiah is the biggest diva.
We can go with that.
All right. So, do you guys have any upcoming projects or anything you want your fans to know about?
We're playing a show next Friday at Oscara in Bradenton. It's a hometown show and it's free. So, if this comes out before then,
it will not.
It probably won't. Oh,
no.
Anyway, we have some cymbals that we're selling tonight that I'm gonna put online if they don't sell, but they might sell out already. So I'm gonna try to do more stuff like that. And
do you guys have like a website that you're putting it on? Yeah.
So if you go on our Instagram, it should take. I think I have the merch site on the Instagram. I'll have to double check, but if you check in the link bio, you should be able to find it there. If not, I can provide you with links and stuff where you could find.
And by the time this comes out, maybe you might have more merch. So.
And we also have a new song coming out tonight. I forgot about that.
Tonight.
We didn't even promote it or anything. I just kind of like to show up and then drop it out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good way to get some feedback if you're already playing, right?
So I'm hoping.
Do you guys have any shows like coming up like this fall that you know of yet?
Not yet. We kind of just like go with the flow right now. So
yeah.
We don't have anything else scheduled. I think there's something back in September that's a possibility. I can't remember what month it is, but.
So another last quick question, because now you that made me think. with bands that are smaller, right? Because I know like bigger bands who are touring all over the country and everything, they usually have a tour scheduled like, I don't know, 6 months to a year out in advance, right? So for a smaller band, when do you guys know that you're playing shows?
Usually if like a booking manager or the venue itself reaches out or sends an email, and they're usually like 2 or 3 months out. Sometimes it's last minute though. Like there was a show that I didn't see it, but one of the booking guys, he put it on his Instagram story thing where it's like looking for last minute band for what's the 68, and they needed an opener, and I was like, oh, if I'd seen that, but it was already late in the night, and I'd just like, and I was doing a bunch of stuff that night, so
Yeah.
I was bummed I didn't see it earlier, but yeah, stuff like that, like just opportunity, being present when the opportunity is open is like kind of like what will happen. And yeah, Jeremiah's been a big help with that too, because like he's always going to like different shows and stuff.
I know. I met him last week
Exactly.
in Orlando.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this wouldn't have happened without him. So like it's like really cool to have him out there in the field, like kind of like, you know, putting his face out there and just like, you know,
He made a really funny reel that was hilarious that I like literally I was talking to them, and then I said my goodbyes, and they filmed it like right after I left. I was like, you guys couldn't have filmed that like while I was there so I could see it in person. It was hilarious. It was great. Yeah. So I met him last week, and now you guys are here, and so I cannot wait to see you guys tonight.
Awesome.
Fingers crossed I'll be able to make it.
Yeah, looking forward to it for sure.
Well, thank you so much for doing this interview. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And fans, follow them on Instagram and check out their merch, because I'm sure he's going to have some more hand-painted things to.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Gotta get in my mood yet.
All right, I am here with Jeremiah of Moth Bite, the second member of the band. Welcome.
What's up? What's up?
It is so great to see you
Yes,
again,
indeed.
because I got to meet you last week in Orlando.
Yes, it was a good time. It was a good old time.
Let me just tell you how grateful I am for Josh, because Josh saw me outside because I interviewed Done For, and I was like, oh, I can go in and watch your set.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, Tara, I need to introduce you to Jeremiah. And I'm like, okay, hey, Jeremiah. He's like, he's with the band Moth Bite. And I'm like, oh, a band introduction. Thank you so much. I'm like, would you guys like to do the interview next week? So that is why I'm here today, to interview you guys. And then I just need you guys to tell the other bands, be like, I had so much fun with her. Go do the interview.
Oh, I had a terrible time with her. Don't ever do these ever again. Oh my God.
All right. So I know you heard a little bit of the questions. But then you like kind of forgot them.
Kind of already forgot them.
Which is fine, because, you know, like it'll like re-surprise you here, but I like to ask everybody the same thing. So, you know, just kind of see if you guys are on the same vibe, you know?
Right.
So, so it's just the two of you, not a traditional band.
Of course.
I didn't even know that just like completely instrumental bands were a thing. I did not know that. So now I'm getting into this. I'm really enjoying learning all sorts of things since I've started this podcast. I've learned so much, and it's been great. So for the two of you, from a scale of Metallica to Cannibal Corpse, how famous and like how big do you want your band to get?
I'd say.
And there's no wrong answer.
Right. I'd say from a Metallica level.
You want to be Metallica level?
I do, low-key. I want to be out there, you know, because I'm all about.
So do you want people to like be able to recognize you, like
Yeah.
in the airport or the grocery store?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That's fun to me. I don't know why. You know, most
Listen,
celebrities don't like that, but honestly,
right.
Getting recognized, I'm like, oh my God, people actually notice me.
Okay, and there's
And it feels
nothing.
like a surprise every time.
There is nothing wrong with that.
Of course.
I am the opposite. I'm like, I say that I like, if I were a celebrity of some sort, I would want to be like a D-list, and like where people in certain circles know who I am, but I still want to be able to go to a grocery store and pick out my avocados.
Of course.
Because I like to pick out my own avocados.
Right. You still would like to have a little bit of your own private life.
Yeah, I don't want to have to have security, you know, with me all the time.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to have an entourage that you have to now you have to afford it. I don't like to work that hard. So now you have to like work hard to afford the entourage because you're so famous. You can't go without the entourage, right?
Yeah.
So you're cool with that,
And it makes life overstimulated and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
and I'm going to just shut down.
you're just like, get away from me.
Yeah.
You're going to turn into Shia LaBeouf and stuff.
Well, I would probably try to keep it together, but I'd probably like, after I like went inside, probably have like a nervous breakdown. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But you're okay with that. Like,
absolutely okay.
And you're
with
okay with having to have the entourage.
Yeah.
You're like, the more of my friends I could put on payroll, that'd be great.
Always down to try to help people up. That's what it is.
I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. All right. So, what is something that being in a band, most people get completely wrong?
What I think with that is I know a lot of people would like to really think that this kind of stuff is easy to do, but like from a starting standpoint, it's not. I mean, it's a lot of money. Money is the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing when it comes to a band, because money talks, especially not only just to like get your band set up, but also to like be at certain venues or to get with certain like managers.
Wait, do they charge you to play at the venue?
So like if you're on a bigger scale and you're trying to like set it up yourself, it does cost money to try to like get into the venue. And then also ticket sales have to match that price. And once you get to that certain point, you have to all break it down and who gets what. Like the sound guy has to get a certain amount of the cut. The venue itself has to get a certain amount of the cut. And then of course there's whatever's left for the band. That's why usually with bands, they have to hope that their merch sells a lot, because that's where the real money for the band happens, is through merch.
I am learning so much.
Yeah, it's
seriously. Since starting this podcast, I've learned so much that I did not know. And it's funny because I actually am an accountant. So from an accounting standpoint, like I would crunch these numbers, but I didn't know about these costs. So I'm like, now things are starting to make sense. It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
So for tonight at a venue, like shout out to the Orpheum.
Shout out.
They put on a lot of small bands. So shout out to them. So tonight at the Orpheum, like, do you guys have to pay to be here, or is it just like a split with the sales?
So for us, as these smaller bands, we don't have to pay to be here. It's mainly the booker that's handling all the payments and stuff. But if we never really had a booker and one of the bands had to try to set it up, then that's a different story. So luckily, we don't have to really pay for anything. It's just all about trying to make sure that our merch is capable of selling, and then we can get our own cut from that as well. So.
Okay. I would not have known any of this.
Yeah.
I just thought like venues want bands to come because then the tickets are going to sell and you have like whatever the split is. Yeah, I didn't know there was
I wish it was that easy.
I feel like maybe it's too complicated. How do we make it easier, you know?
Yeah, logistics is tough.
I'm going to think about it because a lot of things are just completely a lot of people operate in like this is how it's always been done, and it doesn't even make like operational sense,
right?
And sometimes it doesn't make financial sense. And so one of the things that I do as a small business consultant is I'm always like looking from the operational standpoint, like how does this make sense, how can we make this make sense, and how can we increase the profits for everybody, right? So as you guys are telling me these things, my brain is already calculating something's off. And like nobody really knows it because this is how it's always been done. But I bet you there's a way that it could be more beneficial for everybody.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
I got to learn a little more about the industry, and I bet you I could figure it out.
Oh yeah, you'll figure it out like quick once you understand everything.
Yeah, and I bet you I could find a weakness and correct things.
But then
it's like, does anybody actually want to do it, right? Because a lot of people are like, well, this is how it's always been done, and I'm like, that doesn't mean you have to continue this way.
Exactly. It's just the dedication to try to get it to switch up is what it is.
Okay. All right. So I did ask Nico if you guys are looking for a singer, and his answer, seriously, things that I never thought about because I've never listened to just a strictly instrumental band, right? So as he's telling me that like he could work with a singer he preferred or not because he likes to focus on the music, right?
Right.
I didn't know things like how you play the guitar changes based on like having a singer. So how do you feel? Do you eventually want a singer, or like just a feature of a like maybe one song an album, or are you just completely fine with not having a singer ever?
So with what we do and with instrumental bands, with most instrumental bands, typically though, it's either we're not doing a singer at all, or a feature, and it's just strictly just instrumentals, or they'll maybe like have a special album where they'll decide to have like maybe like one feature artist on there, and they'll do their thing. But I mean, that's what it is that it is kind of tough to have a vocalist on like an instrumental band, because it kind of elutes away from from what that band does.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, especially as like a drummer and a guitarist, we'll have to like simplify ourselves for us to be able to work around whatever the vocalist is trying to do on the song and stuff like that. So it kind of like we have to restructure ourselves on a track.
Is there, because I don't know much about music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like as far as producing and making the music, I know that my ears and my body, my nervous system likes when it hears something that, you know. So I've never thought of all of the parts that make like the whole thing. Is there a way that, and I'm not forcing a singer on you guys,
of course,
but I'm just curious. Is there a way that you guys could continue to play what you play the way you play, and a singer has to adapt to how you play? Is that a thing?
That is actually possible, because there is a band called Chan. They have, I think, maybe one or two songs where one of them decided to do like vocals on it, and then they still are capable of doing what they typically usually do, and it is possible for that to happen, where the vocalists can still work around the original band that's trying to do the instrumentals. It's just all about who's the artist that is capable of being able to do that kind of work. So it's a hard search to find those kind of vocalists.
It's so interesting, because like I love learning new things, especially about things I'm passionate about. It's like that ADHD, like hyper focus thing. And now I'm just like, I want to learn everything about music just because I'm interviewing, right?
Right.
Like, I'm having so much fun learning so much about like the behind the scenes and everything that it takes to get the music.
It's a whole nother world when you're doing stuff like this.
Hopefully the viewers are okay with me learning on the fly. I bet there's somebody at home that's like, this woman is an idiot. She doesn't know shit.
This lady don't know nothing. Damn,
nothing.
why is she doing this shit?
Because I want to learn, right? And I'm sure there's somebody out there right now that's like, I didn't know these things either. And I'm not embarrassed to say that I don't know things. And I love learning. Like, it's just so great.
That's what it is. As humans, we're constantly learning every day. The older we get, you know, even as like children, we're like sponges. We're just always learning for knowledge and stuff like that. It's just how we grow and adapt.
Right. So speaking of learning, is there anything that you've learned since being in this band or starting a band? Like, what have you learned like that you were like, oh my God?
Kind of like how you're learning about the stuff that we're doing. Like, I've never been in like an instrumental band before. This is the first time I've ever been in one, and that was something I've always wanted to be a part of too. Because I've listened to instrumental bands before, like Chan, Animals as Leaders, Polyphia, some orchestra bands too, and like this kind of stuff is really, really fun to do. So just learning to adapt with other players has been one thing, and then another thing too, just being a part of this industry and learning like the logistics of everything, like what happens with the money, where does it go, and all that kind of stuff, all the planning and all of that, how to organize everything. That's just the biggest part from what I've learned.
Are you a well-organized person?
Sort of, kind of. I feel like I'm still learning.
You've been forced to learn?
I've been forced to learn. I've been forced to learn this kind of stuff. So.
Okay, so I'm really interested in like how different your answer is going to be from Nico, especially after saying that you want to be Metallica. So if tomorrow your band just suddenly became huge and took off, what is the first ridiculously unnecessary thing you would buy?
I'm buying a shitload of Legos. I'm such a Lego fanatic. Oh my God. I'm going stupid on the Legos. I'm buying every single set out there.
Oh my God. If I had water in my mouth, I would have spit. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I was expecting. It was not Legos. Oh my God. That is so great. So
I love Legos.
Is it the Legos itself that you like, or do you like building things?
I just like building things.
Okay.
That's my big thing. I like building things like IKEA stuff. Building IKEA stuff, that's like building Legos. Building a PC, because I built
my whole kitchen from IKEA. I build everything from IKEA.
Yeah, it's just
they
fun.
should actually hire me to write the instruction manuals, because they're so stupid.
Sometimes we're just like,
Like why?
How
like
does that work?
How did you get this step before this? Like who was it written by AI?
Like this should have came first before that, but
right. And I'm like, this is wild. Okay, Legos, and a ridiculous amount of Legos.
Ridiculous
like a
amount
whole room.
Yes.
Apartment size dedicated to Legos. Would you have like a display case of like all the things?
It would be. I would have a display case. I would have like the center of it be like a whole Lego city. Like it would be ridiculous.
Wait, so are you like a huge fan of Legoland? Have you been?
I haven't been to Legoland. Funny enough, even though I'm like not even that far from Legoland. I'm like
we're 30. Not. I mean, we're not far just being in Tampa alone.
Yeah, but I've never been to Legoland. But I mean, I always go to like the Lego stores and at Disney Springs over in Kissimmee.
Kissimmee, yeah.
I go to those or Target, of course, be selling Legos and stuff. But I've never actually been to Legoland yet.
You go to Target?
Not all the time. Because there's sometimes they got stuff that is essential that I do need.
Come on.
But you know, I know we're
all the black people.
Yeah, I know.
All the black people know what this looks like.
I know. Y'all looking at me bad. I know y'all gonna be looking at me bad, but sometimes I do.
I won't judge. But
don't judge me. Don't judge me.
I'm just gonna say, can you try to not go there for the Legos?
Not for the Legos. I've never bought any Legos from there. I just see what they got, but I never buy Legos from there. The Legos that I've always bought have always been from the Lego store in Orlando.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know. I don't build Legos, so I remember stepping on my brothers as a kid, and I was like, I will never have Legos in my house because of that. Because I think most parents understand what that feels like, and I have zero desire.
And I think it's just my inner child too, because I don't think I got too many Legos growing up, so
But I feel like we should not have to abandon the things that we loved as a child just because we're like adults now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like adulting sucks so bad. Like at least let us have a little piece of like our childhood that made us happy.
That's exactly what we
I don't have dolls, but I love when like the little girls in my family, I buy them dolls and I play with the dolls with them and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, I remember when I was a kid and I had my
start
Barbie
reminiscing, yeah.
Yeah, it's so great. Okay, I was really not expecting that.
The Legos.
I'm still shocked at that one. It's probably my favorite answer ever. All right, so this got a big reaction from Nico. Between the two of you, who's the biggest diva? And I wanna know about this. What makes you
I mean, it's already said. It's already been shown.
What makes you the biggest diva?
I'm just that person, you know. You're
just that bitch.
I'm just that bitch. Like, hello, come on now. I come with it. You better clock it in.
So, do you do anything specifically that makes you like a diva?
No,
like,
not.
Do you have like a favorite water that you won't drink water if it's not this water?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mariah Carey moments, and we love Mariah here.
Oh, we love some Mariah.
So no, this is not Mariah.
The queen of all divas,
yes,
there.
We love Mariah.
Come on
but
now.
do you have anything like that makes Mariah the diva that she is? Do you have something like that?
Oh, I don't think nothing. I can never be compared to Mariah Carey. Absolutely not. That is hard to come by. There's not too many divas like her. Like what?
So what makes you the diva?
What makes me the diva? I'm just all over the place sometimes, but I'm like trying to be.
There's no one thing. It's everything.
No one thing. It's everything.
It's everything, guys.
Everything.
It's everything.
It's everything.
So are you going to be a diva on stage tonight while you're banging those drums?
Absolutely. Y'all's not ready for it, honestly. When you see us on stage, I come with it.
I'm going to be honest. I was not ready for the two of y'all. Y'all are wild.
We are a wild
in the best
duo.
way possible.
We are a wild duo.
I'm going to be honest. I was nervous because the other bands that I interviewed so far, there's always like 4 or 5 members of the band, right? And I was like, oh my God. Am I going to run out of questions to ask just 2 people? And y'all are just so great. Y'all are great. This was, I don't know.
Because even though we got different worlds, we kind of still have like the same mind link up.
Yeah, y'all are great. I have really enjoyed talking to y'all today. So thank you so much for being here. And I know that Nico said that you guys are playing a brand new song tonight.
Yes, we are.
And he mentioned the hand painted cymbals and stuff. Cymbals, right?
Yes.
I don't know any parts of the drums except that. I'm sorry.
Ridiculous.
I'm sorry. Well, I wanted to be in a band, and I was like, if I was in a band, what would I want to do? And at first, I thought that I would want to be a drummer. But then you guys work so hard.
Oh, it's a lot.
And y'all are sweating.
And I don't want to do that.
And we dying in the back of the stage, and people be thinking we just doing some simple stuff. It is not simple.
I don't know who thinks that. I looking at y'all like seriously. I'm watching like, I got side view one show for Lamb of God, and I see Art Cruz back there drumming just for his life, right? Literally. And so I usually see drummers from the front, right? But this particular show, I'm seeing them from the side, and I get like this perfect view of him the whole show. I'm just like, man, I did not realize like it was this hard, and like just sweating and just, I'm like, how is he breathing right now? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to work that hard.
Yes, because
so shout out to Art Cruz, because he's an amazing drummer.
Because the thing about being a drummer too is that we're like the heartbeat of the whole band, and like we're the most important of the band, because yes, the guitars and the bass and the vocalists are also important, but the biggest, more important person is the drummer. You have to make sure that you have a good drummer, because everybody says that they're a drummer, but are they a good drummer?
They're a good drummer, right?
Because you got to be able to set up that whole atmosphere for everybody, make sure everybody's kept up in time and all of that.
Is it an ab workout at all?
It's a calf workout.
Calf, okay.
The calves, because you're always moving with your feet.
Wait, so I want to know, do most drummers have nice legs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Typically, us drummers got some pretty.
Look at those. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
right. Like, come on, people, you see them?
Come on, calves. Come on, okay.
You gotta have some built-up calves to do drums.
Are you like working out in the gym, like
I do?
Specifically, the legs. You know, you don't ever skip leg day.
I don't. No. You still gotta try to maintain your legs at least. But
yeah, I had no idea. This is wild. Okay, so I got on a tangent. Sorry about the symbols. But is there any other projects that you guys have coming up that you want the fans to know about?
As far as I know, besides we're releasing a song tonight at midnight. It's going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, should be on all streaming platforms. If you follow us on social medias, on Instagram, you'll see in our link tree the links to those. So,
and I'll post it. You know,
it'll be posted somewhere.
I'm still learning video editing. It'll be posted somewhere
around
comments.
Here. I think right here or
in
something.
The comments, in the description, whatever. It'll be posted somewhere.
You'll find it.
You know, click that link. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it so far. I mean, we got a show happening on the 26th, I believe.
Of July? Okay.
Of June, actually.
June.
Yeah, so next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday. We'll be over at Oscar. I believe that will also be a free show.
Well, so this is going to come out after that? Yeah, I don't know when yet.
Well, if you follow us on the gram and you want to keep up with the band, you'll see all.
Definitely sometime in August, depending on how well tonight goes.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything in August as of yet.
But
we'll keep that in mind.
Following the socials, and they'll post things.
We'll post it.
Well, I just want to thank you guys so much for being here and being my first band of the day to interview. I really appreciate it. You guys are fantastic.
We try to be.
I hope you're fans and you get new fans who see your personality and it's like, this is a band that I could just totally fuck with.
We're cool with. We like our community.
Not curse. My mom might be watching.
Oh, get on her. You better get on her, mama. She be tripping.
Well, thank you guys so much. I am Tara with Bands in the Van, and this is Moth Bite. Check them out on all the social medias and all the streaming platforms. I promise you will not regret it.
Don't want to miss it.
Stay heavy, and I'll see you down the road.
Deuces.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes,
oh my God.
This is fun. This is very fun.
Yay! I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed yourself.
I love doing interviews.
And do you?
Yeah, I actually do like it.
Hey everyone, I am still checking in from somewhere in the UK. I should be back in the States soon to continue interviewing more bands. I just want to thank you so much for watching Volume 4. Nico and Jeremiah with Moth Bite were so much fun to hang out with. They were hilarious and they just kept me laughing for like a very, very long time. Even like off camera, I was still laughing hysterically with them. Unfortunately, I did not get to see them perform. I was mid-interview with next week's band when the show started, and it ended before I could make it inside. So hopefully I will be able to catch up with them and actually see their show because I want to have a fun jam session with them.
I'm hoping as the show goes along, I can start interviewing earlier in the day so that way I can see all the bands perform and I don't miss anybody, because after all, I am a fan first. But thank you guys so much again for joining me on this ride. If you have a favorite band that you'd like to see me interview, you can tag them in the comments below, or you can head over to Band in the Van socials and tag them there. So thank you again, everybody. I am Tara with Bands in the Van. Stay heavy. I'll see you down the road.
Music the Van.